I think you should reconsider moving in with Drew.
If you match wits with me, I'll win every time.
Where are you going?
To make sure this never happens again. Got to know who and what you're up against. Make sure Brennan finishes the job.
General Hospital latest update. Brennan corners Valentin for a deadly showdown while Anna clashes with Jason over his involvement. Carly reels from a poisoning shock. Ava faces financial ruin and Tracy issues a dire warning. Meanwhile, Willow rethinks moving in with Drew and Cody lands in legal trouble. Who will survive the chaos? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers. Brennan's fatal goodbye to Valentin. Anna rages at Jason. General Hospital reveal that Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, will say a fatal goodbye to Valentin Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, while Anna Devane, Finola Hughes rages at Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. Carly Spencer, Laura Wright will also get some dire advice. First, Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Setton will put Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofer through another grilling session. Since Lois and Gloria Cerullo, Ellen Travolta, have always known more than Brooklyn thought about her baby, she'll demand to know what other secrets they're keeping from her. Naturally, Lois won't admit Giovanni Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Gio Mazza, is Brooklyn and Dante Falconeri's, Dominic Zamprogna grown son. We'll see Lois continue keeping Brooklyn in the dark on the news that could change everything. Meanwhile, Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard will show up to see Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens, so she may assume this is about offering protection following Valentin Cassadine's, James Patrick Stewart visit to Laura Collins, Jeannie Francis place. Nevertheless, Chase will insist this visit isn't about protecting Lulu's family. It's about protecting his own. Chase wasn't happy that Brooklyn had to hear her baby's gender from Lulu and basically just views her as a blabbermouth in general now. Although Chase feels like Dante deserves to know he has another child out there, he'll apparently respect Brooklyn's wishes to keep this quiet, and he'll expect Lulu to do the same. While Chase stands up to Lulu and gives her a shock, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard will catch up with Laura. That should bring a discussion about all the Valentin drama before Laura asks an interesting question. My influence has never stopped you before, so what's changed, Sonny? Laura asks in Thursday's preview video. Laura may be surprised over how calm Sonny's acting when in the past he would have been out there hunting Valentin down. Of course, Sonny's got it covered since he pointed vengeful Brennan in the right direction and instructed Jason to finish the job if need be. At General Hospital, Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, will think Carly's poisoning ordeal should serve as a wake-up call. Since Carly's link to Brennan just put her in grave danger, Felicia will warn her to end things before it's too late. Other General Hospital spoilers say Brennan will say some parting words to Valentin on the pier. After Brennan tells his old friend goodbye, he'll seemingly pull the trigger, at least based on how it looks in Thursday's preview video. Will Brennan actually fire at Valentin? Will Valentin face a grim fate, or could a life-saving twist be brewing? Whatever the case, Anna will face off with Jason on Thursday's show, so he'll grab her arm to stop her from getting tangled up in all the Brennan and Valentin chaos. That'll lead to Anna's temper flaring, so she'll angrily order Jason to let her go. However, Jason may spill the truth of the situation and argue that Valentin's made himself a fatal target. Valentin backed himself into this corner, so Jason may make a grim prediction and push Anna to stay out of the danger that's about to erupt. General Hospital spoilers say some shocking moments are on the way, so stay tuned for updates on Valentin's tight spot. Today's next update. It's the end of the line for Valentin as Jack corners him before he can leave Port Charles. Today on General Hospital, Nina makes headway separating Willow and Drew, Tracy threatens Drew and Willow, and Cody steps up to help Molly. At the hospital, Willow leaves a message for Drew saying she's leaving work and heading over. Nina appears and says she hates to ambush her, but she wants Willow to reconsider moving in with Drew. She feels if she moves in with Drew this quickly, she isn't giving Michael a reason to compromise on custody. Willow admits she's been thinking the same thing earlier, but then Carly was brought into the ER. Nina is stunned to learn about Carly, but says this is another reason to postpone the move. The kids could have lost their grandmother, and it would look bad for her to move herself and the kids in with Drew so quickly after what happened. Willow says she can't live with her forever, so Nina offers to buy her a home. Nina knows Willow values her independence, but she could use her own place. Willow worries Drew will be disappointed. Nina says he'll understand, and by establishing a permanent home of her own, it will benefit her when it comes to custody. Willow says she needs to think about this, and it's been a long day. Nina is happy she's even considering it. Carly learns she was poisoned. In her room, Carly wakes up and asks Jack what happened. Isaiah enters, and Jack tells Carly he has to leave. He's going to make sure this never happens again, and he'll be back soon. Isaiah asks Carly what the last thing she remembers is. She recalls drinking champagne with Jack and feeling terrible. That's it. In the hall, Jack sees a missed call and message from Sunny. He talks to Anna and says Carly is awake and she will be fine. Jack assumes Anna called Sunny about his ex, but Anna didn't. Jack wonders why Sunny is calling him. Tracy has a dire warning for Drew and Willow. Tracy shows up at Drew's house to inform him that his attorney, Martin Gray, is on his way to California with a federal marshal. Drew asks what she did, and Tracy says Martin did it himself by breaking some pesky little laws. She says that given his circumstances have changed, maybe he'll consider rethinking his plans for her family's crypt. Drew says there are more lawyers out there, ones that would love to tear her apart. Tracy says he could get a new lawyer, but he's not the brightest bulb in the shed. If he tries to match wits with her, she'll win every time. If he persists in moving her family's crypt, then she'll take away everything he has. Drew tells Tracy that the law is on his side and those bodies in the crypt won't care if they are moved. Just then, Willow walks in the door. Drew tells Willow that Tracy is just leaving. Before she goes, Tracy asks Willow if the kids miss their home and family. Willow says they miss the gatehouse and the horses. Tracy asks why she is going to move them in with this horrible man who wants to dig up their great-grandparents. Willow reminds Tracy she knows her history and that her family has turned their backs on her at times. Willow says Tracy is so blinded by her anger and hatred that she can't see how great Drew is. Willow tells Tracy if she had welcomed Drew into the family, he would have been the most loyal quartermain of all. She has nobody to blame but herself. Tracy warns Willow to remember those words, as she'll be saying them to herself in a mirror soon enough. Ava is broke. At the Port Charles Grill, Ava's accountant tells her despite Nina's loan, she's still broke. He says she's barely paid the mortgage on her 2 galleries and she owes a lot in taxes. He advises her to tighten her purse strings, stock up on ramen, and no more shopping sprees. He demands she hand her credit cards over, which she reluctantly does, and tells her that she needs to stick to a budget and is close to maxing out her cards. She says she needs to pay for the martini she ordered and has to meet someone for dinner, so can she at least keep 1 card? He lets her have 1 card with a bit of wiggle room, but says she needs to know her limit and stay under it. The accountant leaves, and rather than order a second martini, Ava asks her waiter what he has on tap. Nina calls, hoping to have a drink. Ava explains she was waiting for Rick, but he didn't show up, so she was going to head home. Nina tells her to stay put and she'll be right there. Nina arrives, sees the beer, and thinks Rick must have shown up. Ava says he hasn't, and she was trying something new. Nina sniffs the drink and gasps, "Domestic?" She tells Nina they aren't doing this and orders French wine. Nina then fills Ava in on the progress she's made with Willow. Cody's in trouble with the law again. Alexis arrives at the station as Cody called her. He explains he was told to reach out to her by Tracy if he ever got into trouble with the law. She asks what kind of trouble is he in. Molly appears and says he's been arrested for grand theft auto. Cody insists that's not what happened, but Molly says to save it as she's prosecuting his case. Alexis says she's defending Cody, so Molly needs to recuse herself. Molly can't, as there is no one to reassign his case to, so he'll have to spend 2 days in jail. Cody says he's not doing that. Just then, Rick appears and suggests Alexis recuse herself. Rick explains he just happened to be here, saw Alexis badgering Molly, and decided to offer his help. Alexis and Rick go at one another, not giving Cody a chance to chime in. Molly tells them enough and that Cody has been trying to say something. Cody says he was arrested for stealing his own car, which is all paid up, and this is a huge mistake. Molly checks Cody's claims and finds out the officer who pulled Cody over for failing to use his turn signal mixed up his license plate. Cody says great, and he's happy to pay the ticket and go. Alexis says they could fight the ticket, and Rick jumps in to offer his services. Cody tells Rick they should take a walk and talk, while Molly pulls her mom into the interrogation room. Cody warns Rick to think about his endless fighting with his ex and what it's doing to Molly. Rick asks why this is his business. Cody explains he likes Molly, and she can use a break right now after all she's been through. He says Molly shouldn't have to play referee between her parents, so at least try to be civil with Alexis. Meanwhile, Molly tells her mother she needs to stop letting her dad get to her. Alexis says she's right and she'll try. Sonny gives Jack a heads up. Dante drops by Sonny's place to talk. He tells his dad that Lulu wants Rocco to live with her, but he isn't sure it's a good idea right now. Sonny says he and Lulu need to figure out a way to compromise, as court battles over custody can get nasty. Dante hopes she'll meet him halfway. Sonny gets a call from Brennan, so he excuses himself to take it. Sonny warns him that Valentin is in Port Charles, and if he gets to the pier, he may beat him to the boat arriving to pick him up. Brennan says he owes him, and his ex-wife is a patient at GH. Valentin says goodbye again. Laura catches Valentin trying to break into her place, and she refuses to let him take Charlotte. He only wants to see her, but Laura tells Valentin that he needs to leave Charlotte alone and let her move on. Laura also suggests he turn himself in so that the little girl won't always wonder if he's still alive. They head into her place, and Valentin says if he turns himself in, he won't be alive long. Laura promises she will use all her resources to help him. She's lived life on the run for years with Luke and Lucky, and it's no way to live. Valentin can't stay because if he does, he'll only hurt Charlotte more than he already has. Laura reveals Charlotte isn't here and she's with Rocco. She again offers to protect him. He says she'll need to know who and what she's up against. Suddenly, Lulu appears and is stunned to see Valentin. Lulu won't let Valentin take Charlotte, but he says that's not why he's here. Laura gives them a moment alone, and Valentin says her mother thinks he should turn himself in, but his only choice is to run. He says he has to go, but before he does, she thanks him for sending Charlotte home. Valentin asks her to tell Charlotte that he will always love her, and he will always be with her. He then takes off. Carly has questions. Jason arrives at the hospital and learns what happened to Carly from Anna. He then heads in to see Carly, and Isaiah explains she was poisoned with polonium. Jason asks why someone would want to kill Carly. Anna walks in and reveals Brennan was the target. Anna asks Carly what happened. Carly details the events of what happened with the champagne and that the drink hit her. She felt terrible and happened so fast. Then she woke up here. Anna thanks her and heads out. Carly knows the look on his face and tells Jason that she doesn't want to fight with him about Jack. Jason doesn't want to fight either and is just glad she's alive. Sonny and Dante arrive, and Anna tells Sonny that Carly is okay. Anna informs them that Brennan was the target. Jack ordered champagne which was poisoned, and she suspects Valentin is responsible. Dante says if Valentin is back, he needs to make sure Rocco and Charlotte are safe, and the detective takes off. Sonny tells Anna not to worry about Valentin. as he met the new owner of his old place tonight and is on his way out of town. However, he doubts he'll get far. Anna realizes Sunny tipped Brennan off, who will likely kill Valentin. She can't believe what Sunny's done and she rushes off. Sunny heads in to see Carly and is glad she's okay, but he needs to talk to Jason. They step out, and Sunny tells Jason that Valentin poisoned Carly, and Jack is on his way to intercept Valentin. Anna is also headed to save Valentin, and he wants Jason to make sure Brennan finishes the job. Sunny gets back to Carly, who jokes with her ex that he won't get rid of her this easily. The race to get to Valentin. The station, Dante puts an APB out on Valentin. He gets a call from Lulu who tells him that Valentin was just at her mother's, and she thinks he's in trouble. Dante says he knows, and they are handling it. Alexis and Molly hear Dante say Valentin's name. Alexis questions him, and Dante tells her what he knows. Back at Laura's, she isn't shocked Valentin left, but she wishes he had stayed for Charlotte's sake. Lulu says Valentin wanted her to thank her for the advice, but after all he's done, he may have been right to run. Laura says she will mourn the man Valentin could have been, and Lulu agrees. In her car, Anna calls Jack, leaves a message and tells him not to go after Valentin. On the pier, Valentin waits for a boat. Jack appears behind him, aims a gun at his back and says, "It's the end of the line, old friend." Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.